Okay, good morning. Today we're doing the beginning part of a show we used to do over a year or so ago when we started called the America's Court of Public Opinion. And the idea was that I would be presenting information to you so you could make determinations on your own who's full of shit and who's not, who's the criminal and who's not. Um, we seem to be in a very dire situation. I don't waste my time or your time sitting here and talking and presenting information to you for you just to sit back and go, "Oh, that's nice, Mike, thanks." I'm a rebellious type of person. Okay, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. The birthplace of the American Navy is my hometown of Marblehead. All right, we started a revolution 200 some odd years ago, and here we go again. Same scenario, same absolute scenario. So, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to inform you. You want to be entertained by half-wits? There's plenty of them out there on the podcast. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's like everybody's got nothing to do. They're going to do a podcast. Not everybody can say things that people are willing to listen to or want to hear. So I'm just being clear to you what the purpose of this show is and what it always has been. And that is to light a fire under your ass because our country's in real deep shit. And you can go up on Rumble and look at all the shows I've already done. We've got more going on YouTube. And if you want to start off, go to Rumble because that's the biggest history. And that would be under the Wiley Information Network or The World This Week with Mike Wiley. But they're under the Wiley Information Network for you to take a look at. So today, we're starting the trials. And the first person that we're presenting documentation to for criminal activity is Generalissimo Nancy Pelosi. I will provide information to you so that you get detailed information, specific information that the media will never show you because they don't want you to be able to put together what I've been able to put together. Now, not everybody can look at this stuff and figure shit out. I'm just telling you. You got to read what it says. I would have made a great lawyer, but I have trouble reading during tests. So let's get going. Let me just state that, remember, Democrats can commit crimes and they're not crimes. Republicans do not have to commit a crime, but their actions are criminal. And I'm going to show you this. You need to understand what has happened in this country. They're using the term lawfare. I don't like that term at all. Lawfare. You remember the propagandists say, hey, let's create a word for people to use and hang on to because we don't want them to know what the real word is. The real word is rebellion, insurrection. How about this one? Coup d'etat. That's what we have for folks is a coup d'etat against the American people, the American government. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think Donald Trump committed a coup d'etat against himself? Does that make sense? Donald Trump put together an army and attacked himself to take over the government he's already running. The truth of the matter is totally wiped away because the major media are accessories, and basically our decision, we're going to present the facts to you, and then we're going to present to you near the end of we got enough people to take. We'll probably do the first top 10 or 15 criminals in the Democratic Party that we have documented proof of their crimes. But I think we're at a point where we have to decide, A, are we going to significantly go after these people in county courts? It's your county. Your county has to do it. You have to go down to your county sheriff and say, hey, there's this guy, he does this video radio show called Mike Wiley, and he's presenting information I think you need to know because we need to generate a grand jury impanel grand jury, get the attorney of the district attorney for this county, and have them begin to process against Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic Party for a coup d'etat that was committed against Donald Trump on January 6, 2021. Now, that was the coup d'etat that followed 5 or 6 years of criminal activity against the presidency. We're going to cover all of that. Nancy Pelosi's fingerprints are all over it, but we haven't forgotten Barack Obama. He's on the list. Hillary Clinton's on the list. Joe Biden's on the list. Letitia James is going to be on the list because she's committed crimes. Okay. Instead of me reading to you what damages mean, why don't you look it up yourself? Look up the word damages. Go up on the internet, type in damages, and it'll come up. All the information you need is on the internet. Everything I say, you can look up to see if it's there. So, always get your proof sources. Letitia James has filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump, put it in front of some criminal, lunatic, Democrat, corrupt judge, okay, and they've ruled $450 million for damages. Here's the question. Who the fuck was damaged?
Nobody.
Oh, yeah. You see, Letitia James wants to steal the $450 million and give it to the state of New York, and then she can say, when she campaigns for re-election to the criminal position she's in, I did this, I got you that, because she already campaigned against going after Trump. Okay? But she's committing a crime. Democrats believe they can commit crimes and get away with it. Why? Because they have the media behind them processing the lies, processing the falsehoods, and everything. Now, let's set the stage for what we're looking at. Okay? Has anybody ever heard of the Nazi Party of Germany, 1932-33? Okay, there was a fascist socialist, National Socialist organization led by Adolf Hitler, and they had plans of what they wanted to do. But one of their plans was, you need to terminate all the Jews. Get rid of all the Jews. They're too smart, they're scientists, they're lawyers, they're bankers, blah, 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 blah. We got to get rid of them. These people are dangerous. Someday they're going to have a country called Israel. It's going to have the 5th largest army in the world. It's going to have the largest air force, high up-to-date laser, everything. They're going to kick anybody's ass. And they're our ally. So why the fuck would the Biden administration not be helping them out? Because it's not an American administration. It's a Manchurian administration. And that will happen when Joe Biden goes to court. He's going to be in front. We're not leaving any Democrat out. We're probably going to go to the top 15 and seek you to go ahead and go after these. Now, there's 2,500 red counties in the country. 2,500. Don't tell me you people can't figure it out. Matter of fact, there's an organization that, for some reason, doesn't want me to interview them, but they're called Civil Tactics. Civil Tactics, I think they're called. And that's the process that I've said is what they're doing. So if I've come up with their same concept, why wouldn't they want me investigating it? Maybe they got something to hide. I don't know. I'm just telling you. I have nothing to hide. So the Nazis decide they want to get rid of the Jews. Okay, so what do? Well, first of all, they started passing laws saying Jews can't own guns, Jews can't do this, Jews can't do that, Jews can't walk across a street. Matter of fact, Jews need to be able to put something on to let them know they're Jews. Or in this case, Trumpsters, MAGA. Anyone who's MAGA knows they're on the Democrats' change to the gas chambers or whatever they're going to use to get rid of us. We're at war, okay? Unfortunately, the Jews didn't pay too much attention to it in the beginning. It was, there was no precedent for them to know. But they end up having to go into the forests and fight, and they did. And 6 million of them were killed, along with 6 million other Europeans that were gay or whatever. The Nazis were assholes. We got some in this country, and we got some that are named Pelosi. Yeah, Pelosi. Want to come after me for defamation? Come on. The truth is the truth. So the key thing is you have to come up with a plan on how you're going to get rid of a group of people. So the Democrats said, well, wait a minute. We have to get rid of this group of MAGA Republicans. And as of 2020, there's 74 million of them. And we don't have more than 74 million people to go against them. Of course, we'll have to create 15 million fake people and flood those into the election so we can say we won the election, even though we didn't. And we got some interesting shit that's going on. First, let me just say that a judge in Texas has ruled that the 2022 Spend More America Money Act for 1.7 trillion is illegal because it wasn't passed appropriately by the Congress, because Nancy Pelosi thought she could come up with her own Nancy Pelosi deal and decide that she doesn't need a quorum as stated in the Constitution. See, here's the problem. The Democrats' problem is that they're criminals, and they're trying to violate all the laws. And all those laws are on the Constitution. And all of us know that they're criminals. The media doesn't report that they're criminals because they're criminals. They're in the same team of scumbags. That's why they face the same scenarios. Accessories to murder. Yeah, murder. Okay, we had 1.3 million Americans murdered by COVID. Okay, that didn't have to happen unless you're trying to overthrow the country, overthrow the election, and we're going to get to that aspect. Okay, this is Nancy Pelosi on stage today. We're trying her. We're going to show you videos. We're going to give you the information to show that she's full of shit. She did all this. She's in charge of all this crap. She was the leader of the coup d'etat. Now, before I get into that, I need to read something to you. As you may know, Republicans can't do anything legal. If they do, that's a crime. Republicans commit crimes when they follow the law. Democrats aren't committing crimes when they don't follow the law. For instance, House Democrats failed to muster support to challenge Trump's Electoral College win. Yeah, it's legal to do that, unless Nancy Pelosi says it's not. A challenge by several House Democrats to Donald Trump's election on Friday collapsed when they failed to persuade a single Democratic senator to join their protest. Okay, the short-lived doom from the start effort spearheaded by Reps Sheila Jackson Lee and Barbara Lee, both black females. Okay, remember, Democrats like to use black females to attack, because if you attack them in defense by reporting the truth, you're a racist and a misogynist. Okay, and then they got to throw the white Jewish guy in this case it's Raskin. Okay, so then they can say you're anti-Semitic too. Okay, I'm going to do a show on the teams, the black, female, and Jewish teams. Okay, because there's 3 or 4 cases of it. It's really kind of interesting. So during a joint meeting of the House and Senate to certify Trump's Electoral College victory, without sufficient support to challenge victory, the Republican-led Congress moved ahead with an easy confirmation of Trump's presidency. The only remaining step is to take the office on January 20th. It's over, said Vice President Joe Biden, presiding over the meeting after 3 Democrat House members lodged objections but failed to secure required support from any senator. His comment drew a standing ovation and cheers from an assembled Republicans in the room. The joint session, pay attention to what I'm about to say. Peter Navarro is going to jail for not committing a crime. The joint session of Congress is a legally required and typically ceremonial event to ratify the results of the presidential election. Ratify the results. Legally required joint session of Congress. But members are permitted to challenge the validity of electoral votes, just like Republicans tried to do on January 6, 2021.